Morning. Today I want to talk about relational nourishment. And as usual, I will invite you to listen the way your body wants to listen, giving yourself permission to be tuned in or tuned out to what I'm saying. What if this didn't have the pressure of needing to go a particular way, but instead you trusted your organic, natural processes to guide you as best they can? Mm. And part of that plays directly into what I want to talk about in terms of relational nourishment. What loving relationships do for us is they allow us to be exactly what we are with other people. It feels like our best parts are welcomed out, and it's okay for messiness to show up. But the thing is, our ways of showing up in the world are often characterized by self-manipulation. When we've internalized particular norms about how we should be from family, from our social networks growing up, from society, political systems, we're often chronically and constantly shaping ourselves into unnatural shapes. And that ends up reflected in our relationships. And then we get to be far enough along in our adult lives that we're confused by a lack of feeling whole, a lack of feeling connected. And a lot of finding your way there starts with these fundamentals of allowing yourself to be exactly what you are at any given moment. Nothing needs to change, nothing needs to stay the same. And starting to give yourself permission to listen the way your body wants to listen, speak the way your body wants to speak, move the way your body wants to move, relate the way your mind, body, and spirit want to relate. That's about a sort of natural presence, but often what we're used to in relationship is very quickly constructing an idea, an object, a thought object, several thought objects about what a relationship or connection is, or could be, or should be, or has been in the past, and relating to either trying to maintain that or grow that or change that in some sort of way. And in that way, you're often missing the process and dance of connection and thinking way too many steps at once, rather than being in the dance and finding the natural pathways to mutual nourishment that are much more available than we often realize. But when you start to practice really allowing your body to listen the way it wants to listen, to move the way it wants to move, speak the way it wants to speak, relate the way it wants to relate. If you're really dedicated to doing that in nourishing ways and feeling it, you'll get feedback from your own system and feedback from the environment around you. You feel the edges and begin to be able to dance more nimbly, more skillfully. You'll be able to more enjoy being connected with and nourished by connection and connecting with others and nourishing them. It'll come more naturally because you'll be operating from your own naturalness and more easily finding where your naturalness harmonizes with somebody else's. In so many ways, this is happening already, but often we need support to get there just because um, culturally, collectively, from what I can tell at least, we malign these natural capacities, these natural processes. Mhm. Because we do so, you know, most of us in our schooling don't get a whole lot of training in emotional intelligence and healthy relationships and uh, cultivating a sense of embodied nourishment. We get extensive coursework in math and science and language and other things. We get lots of challenge to perform our best in those things, but almost no active training in emotions and relationships and things that we navigate literally every day and are required for skillfully navigating adult environments and childhood ones too, obviously. Um, so many of us get to be adults and realize we need remedial education on emotional intelligence, basic well-being. Mm. But yeah, starting to orient in this way and allowing yourself to enjoy the natural nourishment that comes from connection with self and other. Mm. It's honestly just pretty great. And it creates the type of nourishment that is so everyday. Um, may have seen before that I put out a video called Joy is a Green Vegetable. This is also a green vegetables of basic relational well-being. And that may not sound exciting, but if you've had, organically grown vegetables cooked very well, and you eat them regularly with most of your meals, see how good your body feels over time. And then when you have the more indulgent things, the more extravagant things, you can take them in without your body having as much impact because it's taken care of otherwise. Don't overinterpret that metaphor. I see you. um, yeah, yeah. So much of what we do is sort of pleasure seeking and role playing in connection that we don't even realize what else is possible. We don't realize how restful and spacious and spontaneous connection can feel when we're used to these very claustrophobic ways of relating. I have more thoughts to come on this, I think. Got some things brewing in the background that might speak to this as a broader project. But for now, my coaching does. And if you feel drawn to hear more and what this can look like, um, you can look at my videos on what my coaching looks like. And you can always reach out. There's for new clients, there's complimentary um, consultation sessions to see if coaching would be a good fit. And yeah, so I always like sharing. I've got room for more clients for the time being. So come hang, reach out, information below. Take care of yourselves and the other beings around you that you're in connection with.